Welcome to Biomutant. That's a hope hall. Some used to go there every week to join hands and hope together. Not so much hope to go around these days. Placed. Right in the face. Becoming permanent. Smart foe would lead now. You're hurt bad. Made it count. Smart.
Waksu
This one seems to be in good spirits despite being left here for dead.
Gaguhu.
Has heard that you have a sense of compassion and trusts it's in your nature to help those in need.
I Arin Kashumai.
Asks you to do the right thing.
Zerni Nenaften.
Is grateful you chose that. You can't be good without doing good for others.
Run, Dark, run!
It's not a race.
You only say that because you're losing.
That doesn't mean I'm wrong.
No, there are lots of other reasons you're wrong.
There it is, the Tree of Life. The idea that all life is related by common descent. where the twigs are existing species and those produced in the past represent the succession of the extinct. The tree's great branches were once budding twigs, a connection between the past, present, and future, a representation of all extinct and living species with its ever-branching and beautiful ramifications. We are an evolution of those that came before. Time to figure out how you'll spend your night. This is Dixie's goods. There's an outfitter and an upgrade bench dangling in that little blimp. Let's see. Claims to have strange things from the dead zone that are so... See that plastic scrap over there? A moon could make this a hunter's night. Nice. Some bark wood scrap for you. Let's see. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. This place is like one big secret that keeps unfolding. Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility. He can sense that your heart beats steadily and acknowledges that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots. What do you think his are? He's the one that's called Out of Date, remember? Out of Date says there's a time for everything. And now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone. Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. If you continue to do good, good will follow you. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst, something he calls the Ark. He hopes you're right. He gets that you mean the journey continues either way, but personally he wants the tree to survive. Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core. The contamination disrupted what we now know as Ki energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out. The Ark has room for 4 more, and he trusts you'll apply wisdom to your compassion and choose whom to save if the world comes to end. He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark in the event of a cataclysm.
Pai Katawa,
Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy.
Tikamapen.
He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Goop in the southeast.
Kotuvon ko konvunkono.
Out of Date says that even though he's unsure about your intentions, he hopes you'll support Goop.
Kotuvon ko konvunkono.
He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Goop and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That's the sound of impending doom. Out of Date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The Porkypuff needs to be handled.
Tolu keta. Ya wawanawe.
Out of Date says that Goop is worried now that the Southeast World Eater is stepping up its activity.
Kotuvon poputowe.
He explains that Goop is working on a goo-gliding vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done.
Kotuvon poputowe.
Out of Date suggests that you should head southeast as fast as possible and see what you can do to help.
Mopu far kobi.
He wonders what's on your mind.
Mopu far kobi.
Says goodbye to you. Heroes are only heroes for others, but they do the work, or they're heroes to no one. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. wonder what's all the way out there at the edge of the surf. Let's see.
Yango. Adzetawa. Manlo vitne.
Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim.
Manu tai baradrade.
Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance.
Ti.
Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was.
Raisate manu.
He can't tell you much as he didn't want to hear anything about it. He can't understand how someone could be so vicious, even though he knows there are reasons behind it. He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years. He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it. He thinks that's the right thing to do. It's only when you have forgiven that you'll find peace.
There's a bright day coming!
Hey, that's going to get you burned.
The only one getting burned around here is you.
That stings.
Oh, do you want some first aid for that?
No snewalkni.
Can hardly believe the world is going to make it. Wonders what that's going to do to the goo.
Stete.
Thanks you for doing everything you could to de-goop the surf.
Pawad buika.
Thinks the Myriad made a good match with you. You're both like sunshine on the surf.
Rapike.
But hey, back to the goo.
Adzetawa.
Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now.
Saruya.
He can't leave the Subnautica station as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit. So you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside.
Saruya.
You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff.
Avanya.
You're lucky that way. There's still cargo left on the shores from before the apocalypse. His best guess is a power tanker hit a reef and went under. Every day is a new chance to fulfill your destiny. Maybe it's time to take the offensive in the dark. The night time is the right time. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater and open surf. The long-lasting effect this had on the evolution of wildlife was, as we know now, the only reason we came to exist. Move like a dancer. This is an ep. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.
Mukambe. Sairuya. Kawaida.
He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out. There's debris floating around on the surf that might be blocking your path or needs to be towed. That means you'll need a device so you can get it out of your way. Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks. Squeaky distractions for the triple attentive porky puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position. The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find quacks. That's where he bobs. Gulp refuses to move from that barge, despite the fact it makes him burf. Goop's not sure, though, if it's the surf sickness or the radium syrup that causes it. The light you see at night is brighter than you think. roaming around Hokbur, a prime village. Says the tribe Sifu sent them here to help defend against the rival tribe that's been terrorizing their village. Isn't sure how long the village will last if it continues. As if the plague ruining the land and destroying the crops wasn't enough. That's what they call the blight that's been haunting the land since the old world ended in the apocalypse around here. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. Says it sure is dark out here. Didn't have... Looks like some solid wood scrap there. No time for sightseeing. Says everything's changing in these dark coming days. Nothing stays the same. Not even houses. Have you heard of Chubza? Such a wild wanderer, even his hut moves. But he'd have a lot to talk about with a roamer like you. Claims they've never met Chubsa, but have heard lots about them. Says Chubsa isn't the sort to wait in one place for you. They might be looking for you, too. You just got to watch for Chubsa and his mobile hut. Asks you to tell him they say hi. Wishes the world was filled with Bop Bop rather than Looper Lupin's horrible howls. Recalls seeing a radionic hidden off in the ruins somewhere. Imagine listening to the airwaves from forever away. Says it's a box that lets you listen to someone talking from far away. Thinks the radionic had to be close, although they haven't seen it in a while. Just keep your eye out for the radionic, or maybe your ears. Might take some figuring to get it working if it's broke, but you're up for that. Figures that's the smart way to go. Offers you extraordinary... The dark is almost over. Let's see. Wonders if anyone will still make music right up till the Tree of Life keels over. There's a twing twang to be found not too far away. Was Punky Funk's once. A decent twing twang. Says it. Asks you to check out the web. This story needs a hero.